Hello, my name is Dr. Mark Blaise, and I've been a chiropractor on Main Street in Blair for the last 20 years. We have a technique here that we do exclusively in the office that is more powerful than anything else that I've seen. It's called zone technique, and we're going to explain the zone technique now. It might cause a little bit of fascination depending on where you are on the health spectrum. So what I really like about the zone technique is that the 6 zones that are on the back of your skull, those 6 zones represent every single cell of our body. Now, we have about 75 trillion cells in our body, and there will not be one cell that will be omitted with the 6 zones. So if there is some dis-ease in your life, a beginning of some disharmony, it will pick it up, and when we balance the zones, then you will be healthy. So we'll talk a little bit more about the first 3 zones and what they entail, what they cover. So over here you see these posters, and this is the zone technique posters. And number 1 is the glandular system. So most people, when they think about glands, they think about endocrine glands, but there's also numerous other glands. We call them exocrine glands, exocrine. And so the glandular system is related to energy and memory, as well as skin, and all the glands in the body. That is zone number 1. Number 2 is your entire organs that help eliminate toxins and help keep the blood clean. So we are all exposed to toxins, but some of us, depending on our health, will be exposed to them and get rid of them, whether it's a lymph system, whether it's your lung, whether it's your bladder, whether it's kidney, the large intestine. Your skin is a very large eliminative organ. So when they get out of balance, we can hang on to toxins, and that's how when we get in trouble. And so we want to balance the eliminative system if we are hanging on to some of those, which keeps the blood in a disharmonious state. So we have eliminative system. The next one is the nervous system. The nervous system also including the brain. And the 6 zones represent 6 different parts of the brain. And these 6 parts of the brain, this one is in the cerebrum, and this is in the cerebellum, and each zone is in a different section of the brain. So this one, we will be balancing and addressing every single nerve of the body. We will be helping with mood, relaxation, ability to sleep, immune system, hormonal balance. And so number 3 is going to be for people who might suffer from anxiety, depression, some central nervous system diseases that can be challenging. So we're not going to say the name of it, but anyways, we can address that with zone number 3. The 4th zone is the digestive zone, and so that one is self-explanatory. It starts with the salivary glands, the stomach glands, the acid in your stomach, the small intestine, the large intestine, the ability to eliminate, the ability to assimilate foods. So if we can assimilate more of the nutrition, it will provide more energy. Also, what's pretty neat about this is you will be able to tolerate foods that you don't normally tolerate. So me personally, I got involved with ketose intermittent fasting about 4 years ago, and I tested my blood to determine, am I eating any foods that's causing me some dis-ease, some digestive problems. And when you do ketose intermittent fasting, almond flour and chicken eggs can be a large part of your eating paradigm. And so I was allergic to both chicken eggs and almond flour. Now I have been doing zone technique for the past 6 months, and since then I can eat chicken eggs, I can eat almond flour, and there is no trouble, no problem with my digestive system. So when these zones get balanced, you will be healthy. That's what we keep repeating in the office, and we've seen that here in the past 6 months in our office. Now the next one here is more kind of in my area. It's the muscular system. It's the spinal system. It's your center of gravity. Sometimes people will get lightheadedness, dizziness, vertigo, unstable, poor gait. Zone number 5, it addresses every single muscle in the body, including your joints. We want to have suppleness and strength in the joint. So both number 5 and number 6 help with strength, and this one is geared toward more what we would call musculoskeletal complaints, aches and pains. The last zone is the circulation zone, and that's kind of self-explanatory. It's going to address the thyroid gland because thyroid gland has a lot to do with blood pressure. So your blood pressure is going to improve whether it's low or high. If you get your zone balanced, that will be the case. The thyroid gland and the blood pressure will normalize. The arteries, the veins of the entire system, including the extremities, the heart will become more fluid. It will be able to relax better. It will have better rhythm if some of you have some mild arrhythmia. And also the ability to get zones to the extremities. Those of you that may have cold hands and cold feet, we will be addressing that with zone 6. Now, I'm going to kind of show you roughly where the zones are and how we would check you. So we would lay you down, and then the zones are 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And when we push on those 6 zones, you are going to tell me which one is the most tender. I will then stimulate or adjust 4 areas of the spine to balance that zone. And then the next time you come back and we'll see if that zone is going to repeat or that we do another zone. So roughly again, there's a bump on the back of your head called the EOP, external occipital protuberance. And so number 6 is close to that. Then there's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then once we determine what zone is a priority for the day, we will then adjust that zone. What's neat about the zone therapy is that there's a lot of communications between the zones. So let's say you come to the office and you happen to test for digestive problems and circulatory problems. This one is not quite as bad as this one. Let's say when we treat zone 4, zone 6 will also improve.